Any more in the region? Yeah, go ahead. We'll do these, and then
A UK-based research group concluded Israeli tank likely killed 6-year-old Palestinian child, Hind Rajab. Investigation revealed that Rajab's car was hit with 355 bullets, and it's not plausible that Israeli tank couldn't see children inside the car. Have you seen the reports, and do you have any updates on the investigation? It's been more than 4 months, and a lot of my colleagues have been asking about that.
Yeah, so we have seen the reports, and I will tell you what our latest interaction with the government of Israel is about this. So we went to the government of Israel and pressed them for information, and they told us that there were no IDF tanks operating in the area, no IDF forces operating in the area at the time of that attack, which I believe is something they've also said publicly. After further reporting, we went back to them and pressed them again. And so what they told us is that they went to the UN organizations, they went to the Palestinian Red Crescent, they asked for information, because you've seen all of those organizations quoted in stories. They asked for information that they could use to further an investigation, and no one provided them with any information. That's the latest that we have on the case.
So who shot the 355 tank bullets?
I'm not able to, look, I'm not on the ground. I can't offer any kind of assessment about this. That's why we've called for the government of Israel to conduct an investigation. I can't speak to what their internal processes look like. All I can tell you is what they've all I can tell you is what they've told us, and what they've said is they went to the UN and the Palestinian Red Crescent and asked them to supply information that would help them. And what they claim is that they were given none.
But it's not concluded yet, the investigation, or is it?
No, I would refer you to the government of Israel for that. I can only tell you what they have told us.
Okay, one last question. So the municipality of Gaza fixed the water pipes last week, but 2 days ago, Israeli forces dropped a bomb on the team who worked on restoring the water system, and the bomb killed Anwar al-Jindi, which is director of water and environment at Gaza municipality, and 4 other water technicians. I know you're going to tell me that maybe there were Hamas people next to them embedded, but isn't this excuse like, is it still valid after 8 months and like hundreds and hundreds of healthcare have died because of that?
So I can't tell you anything about this specific strike because I don't have any details about this specific strike. But as I said earlier, the underlying challenge of this war hasn't changed, and it's going to continue to be there as long as you have this difficult urban environment where Hamas does operate as human shields. And I don't think that's
How can we verify this?
Hold on, I don't think that's a controversial assessment. There have been reports going back before October 7th. We talked about them in this briefing. There was a report from the Washington Post several years ago about Hamas firing from mosques. We have seen our own intelligence information and released our own intelligence information about Hamas embedding under a hospital.
How can you verify in each one that Hamas was there if Israel is investigating this? How can we verify?
That is my point. I can't give you information about each strike. I can tell you that it is an underlying problem that this difficult terrain imposes. And so we see conflicting accounts all the time, and we don't have people on the ground to operate. Ultimately, it's why I get back to this. We have to reach a ceasefire, because as long as you have continued military operations and you have Hamas embedding itself in human shields, firing at soldiers, launching terrorist attacks, you're going to see tragic incidents of civilian casualties, and the ultimate conclusion to this is to reach a ceasefire that will end this suffering. Prem, go ahead.
Thank you, Matt. Firstly, just to follow up on this, is it really an independent investigation if the alleged culprits are the ones conducting the strike?
What I said, we thought it's appropriate for the government of Israel to investigate. They have said to us, and again, as I said, I'm not attesting to any of these facts. I can tell you that we intervened with them. They provide us answers. I'm providing them to you. And what they have said is they went to these agencies and asked for information, and it wasn't forthcoming.
Sure. So on that note, you said that the Red Crescent, the UN hasn't provided answers. Will you move to verify those claims?
It is not for us to do it. Look, I would hope that. Hold on. I would hope that those agencies can come forward and provide information. It's easy to do so. If it is in fact, if in fact they have information, they should come forward and do it and provide it, and we'll be happy to look at that.